So the eloping has been off the charts. For those of you who don't know, eloping is the word that is used in the autism community for a person with autism who basically runs off. Maggie has a problem with eloping, I guess you could say, and it's being worked on every single day at therapy as a huge goal right now. They're working on it really hard. They've been working on it with her since she was 3 years old, but right now it is the number one goal, is working on eloping, is her not eloping anymore. In some ways things are going good, but in other ways, I think because it's summer and because there's been a schedule change, and maybe even because it's being worked on, it's a little bit through the roof right now too. This starts on the day before we left for Sadie's birthday, and the kids had all gotten home from Tessie from her school and Maggie from her school, and everyone was inside, all the doors were locked, and it had been raining all day long. I really needed to clean out the car. I cleaned it out a week earlier, but our car gets messy so fast because a lot of days when the kids go to school, we just stay in town for the whole entire day and eat lunch in town, pack a lunch, just do everything in town for a day instead of driving the 30 miles home to save on gas. Our car could get messy really fast. I wanted to clean it out before the trip, so when it stopped raining, I took that opportunity to go out to the car and haul all of the things that had been dropped in the car over the course of the previous week inside. And I made sure everything was locked up. Maggie and the kids were playing outside in the backyard where they're totally fine. And I had my phone, which has little alarms if like someone goes past the front door. Basically, we have a camera system that I can see what everyone's doing in the common areas of the house. So I could look at it and see what they were doing on that too at the same time. So I was cleaning out the car, and all of a sudden I heard this excited little squeal. The Maggie squeal, the Maggie excited, happy vocal stem squeal. And I looked up, and there she shot past me at a sprint down our driveway, headed for the road. And I was at the back tailgate of the car cleaning that out, and I just stepped to the side and grabbed her and caught her really fast because she didn't expect me to be there. Right behind her was Tony, our Chihuahua, ready to go on his next big adventure with her apparently. And I walked her back inside, and she had managed to get through the kitchen door, which we've actually bought a second lock for, but have not yet installed. So that was the first time. The second time was the day of Tessie's birthday party, and we were all in the backyard at Annie and Bopa's house, and I was watching her. I was going back and forth between eyes on Tessie in the pool and eyes on Maggie, who was a little bit too overwhelmed by all the kids being back there. She definitely can get overwhelmed by her brothers and sisters when they're too loud, and she knows to take herself away from them, and she had gone and changed out of her bathing suit and put her clothes back on. So I was really watching her, like, look at Tessie, look at Maggie, look at Tessie, look at Maggie. And there were other grown-ups out there too watching. And then all of a sudden, I saw her move over towards the gate that goes to the driveway. Now, that gate is locked most of the time, but Bopa had been blowing up the unicorn because it was not staying totally blown up, and so he had gone in and out through that gate. So it was not locked at that moment. And all of a sudden, she walks over to it and she throws open the latch and takes off. Now, I had already stood up when she walked over to the gate, so I wasn't that far behind her, but I took off after her. She had a pretty good head start on me, and she is pretty nearly as fast as I am now, I guess. But I yelled, stop. and she didn't quite stop, but she slowed down. And so I yelled, stop again. And that's what they're working on with her at school. They're working on her stopping when someone says stop. And so when I said stop the other time, when I said stop the second time, she stopped in her tracks. And that was great. And so she stopped and waited for me, and I got her hand and walked her back and praised her and praised her and praised her for stopping. And we went back inside, and it was great for the rest of the time. But then there was the last day, today. Today I took Maggie to therapy, and yesterday she had a really hard time just all morning long. She was just not having an easy day. So I was a little bit nervous when we got there today, but she hopped out of the car and she was in a great mood. She was excited to be there. She was talking about it, and then we got inside, and they'd knocked out an entire wall at the therapy center and had totally remodeled the lobby office area of the therapy center. And everyone was excited about it. Everyone was buzzing over it, looking around and talking about it. And she went, and that meant that there was a new entrance to the therapy center with 2 doors instead of 1 door, different locks. And Maggie went back and tried one of the doors, and I said, that's locked, right? And it wasn't locked yet for the day because they were just opening up. And so they said, oh no, not locked. It's not locked yet. And I said, Maggie, wait. And she came back to me. And then, now when we go there, she's so happy to be there that she never bolts. She never really elopes. I think maybe one other time in the last 5 years she's tried to elope out the front when I'm there. She never tries to leave. I know she tries to elope inside because that's what she does. She runs around and around and around laughing inside, but she doesn't try to leave at the beginning because she wants to stay. And so I'm fairly relaxed about it because she's so happy. All of these people are there and all of her friends are there, and usually she kind of goes around and greets people when we first get there, and she's giggling and laughing a lot of the times. And today she was a happy day, so that's what I expected. No. Instead, when she went past me, instead of going to see people, she sprinted straight out the front door at a sprint. And I went after her, and one of the therapists was right behind me, and we ran, and she was fast. And I said, stop, stop, stop 3 times. And she did not stop this time, but she slowed down. When I said stop, she definitely slowed down, which was enough for me to catch her. And it was probably, 25, 30 yards. She stopped exactly on the edge of the sidewalk just before she got to the road. And I grabbed her hand and we turned around and we walked back. And I was she slowed down. And the therapist was I saw her slow down. I saw it. She did. She slowed down. Oh my gosh. She did slow down. So she slowed down. And she did stop the other day, which is progress. I don't know if she's ever not going to elope. But 3 times eloping in 2 weeks is a record for us. That's high. No amount of running, being outside. She's outside all the time. She's running around all the time. Doesn't seem to be a sensory thing because she's out running all the time. Barefoot even. She loves to run. We know that she loves to run barefoot, and so she's always allowed going outside, running around barefoot in our backyard, which is huge. But nothing really seems to decrease it. So who knows? Who knows where we'll be at the end of summer? I guess we'll see. Anyways, that is the eloping update at this point. And that is it for today. If you like this video, I'd love it if you'd give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in all things autism, we'd love it if you'd hit subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.